down, but I forgot to do the countdown. So we're live. We're live without a countdown. That's okay.
No countdown, guys. Yeah, absolutely great. We love to see it. Love to see it. Absolutely.
All right. So here we are live. We got a few people already watching, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone to this Thursday's manga show on the Omnibus Collectors Network. I am the Omnibus Collector, and I'm joined with a couple of guests. So let's go to this side and introduce yourself, please.
That's you, Weeb God.
Huh?
That's you. Yeah, you.
Wait, I'm on here? No way.
Yeah, you with the glasses.
What? Omnibus actually let me join. I'm like a loose cannon. Hi, I am Weeb God of Anime, the CEO of Since No One Asked. Dude with the big ass forehead, bro. Like, it's cracking.
All right, and then down below us, if you'll introduce yourself.
I am kcorbanime. You may know me formerly from TikTok. I pretty much don't post videos there anymore. And then I also post YouTube videos. So
fantastic. And then y'all might know me from here and from my channel and other places. So before we get started, let's go ahead and I'm going to do the plug for our sponsor, if I can find the stuff on here to actually do so. Our show is brought to you by InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor. You can get all your collected editions, manga, and more for up to and more than 50% off of their cover price. Fantastic packaging, fantastic customer service, free shipping after $50 purchase. That is InStockTrades.com. And while you can't get the anime that we'll be talking about on InStock Trades, you can definitely get a ton of awesome manga from them. InStockTrades.com. Okay, so today we came up with a what was that? Earlier today or yesterday, kcorb, you were kind of crapping on me for my taste in anime because I mentioned that if I can find it here, my favorite of all time is Fooly Cooly, and you were not terribly.
What did I say? I kind of want to find what I said real quick because I will admit that I had an alcohol drink, so I was already just a little bit loosey goosey, and I said, "What did I say?" Here we go. Brock and I can fight about Fooly Cooly. Well, the conversation got started because one of our friends, Esper, has been putting together a list of anime recommendations that we've been giving her because she's basically like, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen that much anime."
And I said, let me give you some of my favorites because I haven't seen that much anime either because I haven't really watched much in like 15 years, if I'm being honest. And at the top of the list, I put Fooly Cooly. And then, yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's what he said. Where is it? I see what I said, but where does he? Oh, come on, Brock, find it. Okay, he goes, my anime faves, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Fooly Cooly, The Big O, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. And then I just tapped in a few messages later and said, I said, Fooly Cooly is a waste of 3 hours.
So we actually have the full list now, actually, because he posted it in the Discord earlier, which was Fooly Cooly, Cowboy Bebop, Neo Genesis Evangelion, Samurai Champloo, The Big O, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, Paranoia Agent, Akira, JoJo's, and Excel Saga. Now, it's interesting that you haven't watched that much anime, but you put Neo Genesis Evangelion, because I am of the opinion that anybody that has Evangelion in their top 10 is an anime elitist, and they are the worst gatekeepers in the entire community. Because that just seems to be the overall thing. It's like, if you haven't seen Evangelion, you're mid. And if you have seen it and didn't understand it, you're mid. But if you understood it all the way through, you realize there's never going to be another masterpiece like that. So anything you watch is mid.
So basically what that means is that I watched that and then I stopped.
That was the end.
There you go.
He watched Eva and he was like, you know what? Anime's just not for me. Like, this is weird.
I'm good here. I think this is the pinnacle. I'm done. I think that might have been what happened because I watched Evangelion in college. And so most of the stuff that I watched, aside from the JoJo's adaptation, which is like the main anime adaptation that I actually enjoy, Everything else was stuff that I watched when I was like elementary, middle school, and high school.
I'm sorry, was that a JoJo's reference?
Because that was also one of my picks.
Okay.
Was JoJo's. So I think JoJo's is like the main one that I have on my list that's an adaptation aside from like Akira and Ghost in the Shell technically, but Standalone Complex is like unrelated to the manga. But yeah, so I'm guessing both of y'all really do not enjoy my top pick of all time.
Okay, well, so for me specifically, the fact you have it as number 1 is the interesting thing.
Agreed.
Because I believe Fooly Cooly is really good. It's just a whole lot of nothing, though. A lot of really good nothing, but just a whole lot of nothing.
So it's why, right? Like, why is it my number 1?
Yeah, I mean, do you have a defense for yourself?
Yeah. You know what? So, let him speak. Let him take the stand. We need the evidence presented before us.
I don't really have. Go ahead.
When I was in middle school, was I started getting into anime and stuff when I was like in elementary, but in middle school was when like I really started paying attention to like Adult Swim. That's when it started really getting going with their anime stuff, and there were a few series that kind of like broadened my horizon of what was possible outside of like what I was used to from Toonami.
Right.
So like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho. And, I started off with stuff like I watched some, Cowboy Bebop and other series that were on there. And then it was a very distinct night. It was like the second round of Adult Swim. So it was like 3 a.m. or something like that. I think it was the summer between 7th and 8th grade. And I was still like up and in our old TV room. And all of a sudden this like show came on that was just absolutely batshit insane. And it like absolutely just immediately grabbed my attention because it was so vibrantly colorful in comparison to a lot of the other stuff that I had seen. And the music was incredible. I was like, what the hell is this? Like it's actual like
music,
rock music in this show. And by the time the credits rolled, I A, had no freaking clue what was going on, but B, was met with like the greatest ending song of all time with Ride on Shooting Star, and just like the live action footage used for that at the end was so weird to me. It just had this completely different feeling. And so like it was this just very visceral high that I got from watching this. And from that point, I watched the episodes every week when they showed up, and then I had to like watch them as they did the re-airings, like the reruns a few weeks later, because I didn't catch the beginning of it. And then eventually I bought it on DVD and I watched the whole thing over again in one go, like it was a movie. And it's just like an experience. It was an experience that like I had, and it was so heavy for me and so visceral. And I couldn't explain much else about why like the plot hit me so heavily. It was just more the feeling I got from the animation, the music, and everything like that, just together.
Well, what I can say is I respect the way that you're talking about it, because I kind of come from the same realm where like an anime makes me feel good, or like it impacts me kind of.
Yeah.
And that's why I like them a lot,
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, the writing and this and that and the enjoyment. And I'm like, honestly, if I enjoyed it and it like made an impact on me, then that's why I like it. But Fully Cooley did not make that impact on me.
Wasn't it like 6 episodes? Like
yeah, it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah,
so
and then
it's
they
like
made
an
progressive,
OVA,
right?
basically.
Fully Cooley progressive.
I still haven't watched the 2 others.
I've only seen the original Fully Cooley, because if you go online and like look, the other ones are like very shit on, basically. They're like, they're not good.
Yeah, that's pretty much the consensus. I have them because I felt like I had to, but I still haven't watched them, and I'm kind of afraid to, because I feel like it might pull down my opinion of the franchise.
It definitely will.
Yeah, I haven't seen the other ones. I've only seen the original, and to be honest with you, I don't know, dude. Like, I will say the music is absolutely amazing. Like, I loved this every second of the soundtrack. But I don't
feel
know,
like
dude.
Still, it has one of the best soundtracks hands down in all of anime.
Oh yeah,
like,
I would agree.
The Pillows music that they used in that, absolutely fantastic. I bought it on vinyl. I only have like a handful of vinyls myself that I bought, and one of them was the Fooly Cooly soundtrack.
Yeah, it's super good, and it kind of fits the show in a weird way, you know.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, no, it
like
totally does.
I guess, you know, the coming of age like type of story like didn't resonate with me because I watched it like a year ago, you know.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and it is like
Super
it's
goofy
literally
too,
it's puberty robots is what I often refer to it.
pretty
It's
much.
puberty robots because like it's literally so whereas Evangelion is depression robots, this is puberty robots about
See, to
someone
me,
who like
it's
literally is going through that.
to me in my head, it's like shitty Evangelion. I don't know. I can understand why people like it. It wasn't for me. Is pretty much all I took away from it.
When I think of Fooly Cooley, I think of like summertime
Yeah.
when you're doing things that are legal in California but not everywhere else. You know, stuff like that. That's when I think of Fooly Cooley because I'm like, you know, the lack of brain power needed to watch this is astoundingly wonderful when you're in an elevated state of mind. I'm trying to keep this as like PG as I can. But like I've never considered it one of those peak animes. You know, and
It's
I'm not
funny
saying
because
peak as in like, you know, great storyline and great writing. I'm just saying like peak is in like, you know, like just enjoyable. I mean, I gave it like an 8 out of 10 I think on my anime list. It was still
Oh,
really
I
good.
gave it like a 5, bro. I absolutely destroyed it. I'm sorry.
what what's funny is like you'll find a lot of people still who to this day like are really into it because I regularly wear a Fooly Cooley shirt, and every time I wear it I get comments on my videos, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, whatever. People like, oh man, sweet Fooly Cooley shirt. I was walking around in downtown Dallas with that shirt on, and like 3 people pointed it out and they're like, oh dude, that's an awesome shirt.
It's
So
kind
like
of a
there's
classic, you know, in
I
a
think it's a
way.
cult thing. It's a
Yeah.
cult classic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think like it really for me just opened my eyes to a lot of other stuff. But there's another series that I was on the list that I mentioned that was literally the series that opened me up to other things, and it was Excel Saga. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with Excel Saga, but that series is wild.
I'm not at all.
Let me look it up really fast. I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but I've
What
watched so much.
give us a rundown of what that is.
So
Okay,
Excel
yeah, I've seen
Saga
this.
follows like these 2 chicks, and they work for an organization that's headed up by this guy. It's Excel. Excel is the blonde. Hyatt is the brunette, and then Il Palazzo is their leader. And they just are like doing things within a city, like trying to take over. I think it's the city of F, and city of Fukuoka. And the organization across is trying to take that over. And it's just a bunch of random shit that happens like throughout the series. And the anime is even more random because like the anime is one of those that only adapted like the first chunk of material, and then the manga was still ongoing, so it went off and did its own thing, kind of like Trigun or the first Full Metal Alchemist. So the anime winds up going into such random directions that like most of the episodes have nothing to do with what happened in the manga. But it was like this eye-opening experience to me because I'd never seen anything like it. And it's like this woman who just walks around the city with the most annoying voice ever, just screaming at everything, just random shit happening. Like she's chasing after this dog or cat, like that's their pet, but also their like ration, like their food ration, like they're supposed to eat that animal.
Wait, what?
Like yeah, that's just an element of it. Is they have like a dog or cat named like in the anime they pronounce it Menchi, but in the manga it's Mince. And it's like that's their ration if they run out of food. So she always wants to have that animal
The
with them.
emergency food is your pet.
Yeah, here's a picture of Excel with the animal on there. And that was one that like really opened my eyes. And I feel like it's like you were saying, a lot of my favorite series are my favorite series because of the emotional attachment that I made to them, especially whenever I first saw them. Like that series meant so much to me because of the fact that it was literally the first thing I watched that was not a shonen action series.
Right.
Fair enough.
Like before Cowboy Bebop, before any of these other ones, that was the first one. But I don't see a lot of people.
How did you find that one? Just a TV?
So I one year went to in the summer. It was like a summer art class, and I took it was like a graphic computer arts course. It was the first time I ever had worked with like Photoshop or anything. And the teacher was this lady who was like, I swear, like she had to be albino because she was so fair skinned with like the whitest hair ever. And she, during the break, like lunch break that we had during the day, she went over to her computer and she popped in a DVD. And like I was sitting there working on something and I was just listening. And then I turned and just started watching it. And I like kind of peeped over her shoulder to see what it was. And she had the little DVD case there. And it was Excel Saga. So I went out and like sought it out for myself to watch it. Definitely not appropriate for me at that age because I think I was like 11. And it's quite more mature than, you know, most 11-year-olds' parents would be happy with them seeing. But it was really different. It was something like, you know, not like any of these other things that I'd ever seen before.
Right.
I mean, so it came out in 1999, if I remember correctly, 1999, 2000s. It's been forever and a day since I've seen it. But when you said like 11, 12 years old when you first saw it, I was like 6. I
was 0. I've never seen it.
Well, like, so my sister's 10 years older than I am, and she was into like Sailor Moon, and then I saw her watching like Dragon Ball, and then Excel Saga, and Ghost in the Shell as well, and so that's what got. It's oddly enough, Excel Saga, Sailor Moon, and Ghost in the Shell were what got me into anime.
Yeah.
And Bleach was the one that got me back into anime, but I mean, Excel Saga was the only anime that I didn't have a problem with on your list.
What, for real? Okay,
Literally?
besides Fully Cooley, I like everything else. I like Cowboy Bebop, Neon Genesis, Samurai Champloo. Don't know what the Big O is. I like Ghost in the Shell. Haven't seen the Standalone Complex. Haven't seen Paranoid Agent. Like Akira.
Ghost in the Standalone Complex is easily the best Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Well, then I would probably like it because I really, really enjoyed just the movie, you know?
Yeah.
If you dug the movie, you have to watch Standalone Complex because it's like a 26 episode just detective story of like the gang from the movie. It's so good. Like
Okay,
I
cool.
don't have it on Blu-ray at this moment. I wish I did. I do have the movies. I just don't have that. But like that was another that was from around that same time of like, you know, Adult Swim's kind of, in my opinion, like a renaissance that they had around that time with like so many great series like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo and whatnot. And Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex and Second Gig, because there's a second season to it, were both around that same time.
Yeah, the thing about like the Cowboy Bebops and the Samurai Champloos is like, to me, those shows are different than the typical show that I like because I'm not like a huge fan of the episodic nature, but at the same time, like for those specifically, it really works. And I don't know why. I feel like it's just like that Saturday morning cartoon feel, but like a little bit aged up, basically.
Yeah, it's that like you can jump in and watch an episode whenever. You don't have to follow throughout. And sometimes it helps if you have, but you know, it's able to be watched by itself.
Yeah, but like for like the way I remember is like Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop, both same director, I believe.
Yeah.
Watanabe or whatever his name is. The first couple episodes and the last couple episodes are like the main storyline, right? And then like everything in between, you could really just watch whenever.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at these things. I'm so tempted to go back and watch because it's been forever.
Dude, and the soundtrack is like the best thing ever for Samurai Champloo as well. Like I would say you probably have 2 of like the top 10 anime soundtracks ever in this list with Champloo and Fully Cooley.
Yeah.
Well,
So the animes that I specifically like have an actual problem with in your list, though, JoJo's, Paranoia Agent, and Cowboy Bebop.
What's your problems with Cowboy Bebop?
Outlaw Star was better.
That's not a specific problem with Cowboy Bebop.
Well, no. So here's the thing: when Cowboy Bebop came out, it was Cowboy Bebop or Outlaw Star. You got flamed on if you liked both. So that's why I kind of have a problem with Cowboy Bebop is because I feel like Outlaw Star was just better. But that's a that's a personal thing from back then. Okay, but for Paranoia Agent, the director for Paranoia Agent also made Paprika, that one Christmas movie, and Perfect Blue.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember his actual name, but I feel like Paranoia Agent out of those 4 movies was easily the weakest. That's why and plus it's a kid running around with a crooked baseball bat.
It was 13 episodes of Satoshi Kon is the creator.
Yes.
He passed not too long, like I want to say in the last couple decades or so. I forget when exactly.
2010, August 24th. I'm looking at his profile.
There you go. But this one was, I remember it came out, I think the summer before my freshman year in high school is when it was on Adult Swim. And it was like, it was another one that was just like, yo, what is this? But it was so, like, to me, captivating as far as like the mystery of what was going on, because it's so weird. It was like the dude running or rolling around on roller skates with the bat, and it's like, who is this? Like, what are they doing? What's the point of all this? That was something that really like just captured me. And it's the type of thing where like I was so into, like, I was so anticipatory. I anticipated every episode so heavily every week that there's like very few shows that I would sit there and just like, you know, anticipating the episodes
ready
every
to
single
eat,
week.
have the popcorn ready.
Yeah, man.
So
like,
have you watched
that
any
was
of his
one
other
those.
works though?
Yeah, I've seen Paprika. I've seen several of them. Now I'm like blanking on everything that he's done.
Well,
I also have some of his manga.
I just think
Perfect
it's
Blue.
interesting because Perfect Blue is in my top 10. So Satoshi for me is like on the same like level as like Makoto Shikai and you know, Hosoda. Like just genius level screenwriting, right? But I felt like the reason I don't like Paranoia Agent that much is because like out of all of his things, I felt like it was his weakest writing he had.
Bro, I didn't realize this. Brock, you might be seeing this right now if you're looking at his wiki. He also worked on the JoJo's OVA.
Yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Well, it says that he was just an episode director. Is this? I guess this is the OVA. Yeah, 6 episode OVA.
Storyboard and direction for episode 12, animation for episode 9. See, he worked on the OVA. That was like the original one from back in the day.
Yeah, here we go. So,
hey, dude, off topic, that JoJo trend on TikTok right now. Have y'all been seeing that?
Which one?
One that
literally
Meek
everybody's doing the poses.
Killed.
Yeah, that one. Dude, that trend is gonna make me single-handedly start JoJo.
I saw. Anyways, that what you said?
You realize there's a JoJo trend like every 3 months.
I know, but I don't know why this one's getting to me.
Didn't you say on Meek Neek's video? You told him like this is gonna make me start JoJo's.
It really is. Like I was like, this looks. I'm like, the way they're saying this, it sounds so cool. I want to see what this means.
Well, the actual trend is from the video game Eyes of Heaven.
Oh, okay.
So like the it's just the voices of all the JoJos saying
from that video game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Was it in Japanese JoJo Kimiya no
I forgot
Boken?
he did Millennium Actress.
Okay, but you said also you have problems with JoJo's. So your problem with Paranoia Agent is just like, if I'm gonna pick one of Satoshi Kon's works, that's not the one that you would pick.
Well, I mean, okay, so let's take a look. The Christmassy one was Tokyo Godfathers, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So the 5 pieces that he's done and he's written, you know, like all the way through were Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, Tokyo Godfathers, Paranoia Agent, Paprika, and I've seen Good Morning, but it's been so damn long. But so let's take a look. His 5 works: Perfect Blue, Millennium Actress, Tokyo Godfathers, Paranoia Agent, Paprika. Now, if I were to rate them from top to bottom, for me, the top 2 fight for, you know, the top place would be Millennium Actress and Perfect Blue. Then I'd give it to Paprika, Tokyo Godfathers, and then Paranoia Agent. But Paranoia Agent compared to even Tokyo Godfathers, it's like a huge difference between the writing skill. And Tokyo Godfathers came out before. So did Perfect Blue. So I feel like Paranoia Agent for him was a social experiment on trying to change up what his style was, and it just didn't work out. I mean, it worked out. Don't get me wrong; it's still better than 90% of the crap we're getting now. But as a psychological thriller anime, it didn't meet my expectations of what I sought from him for what I'd get. I mean, after watching Perfect Blue, which was a psychological thriller masterpiece, by the way, for those of you hearing me say Perfect Blue, if you get triggered easily or sensitive or anything like that, do not watch that anime because it's going to have you in tears and relapsing some sort of trauma.
So good.
But brilliant movie, but Paranoia Agent just didn't hit it for me.
I have nothing to say about Paranoia Agent. I haven't seen it. So it's mid, actually.
Okay. It's extremely mid, right?
Actually, it's just mid.
Now, you did bring up JoJo's.
Yes.
I have two problems with JoJo's. One, I love it. It's like number 11 on my list of like 2,000. But
I have a problem with it, but it's my number 11.
Well, it is. So, interestingly enough, I have clocked in 2,386 anime watch now. I know life this shit, by the way. There's a reason I call myself the god of anime. But JoJo's, oddly enough, sticks at number 11. Reason for that, but I also have a big problem with it. I love the art style, but the voice acting in both sub and dub irritates the actual hell out of me.
I can't do the dubs. I can't.
I feel like the sub is good, but the dub's just so over the top.
I feel like that's just JoJo's brand is over the top.
Well, I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Araki's an artistic genius. The storyline's really good. I mean, if we exclude part 1 and part 3, but like everything else was super solid. Overall, I gave JoJo's like an 8 out of 10 because as an entire series, if I were to do each part 1 and part 3 were like 6 out of 10s. Everything else is like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 because it was really well done. It's just 3 extended way too long and 1 was just extraordinarily boring.
Honestly, but I swear I started JoJo's like a couple years ago, part 1, made it about 16 episodes in, and I was just I couldn't. I don't know what happened.
Fleet Fest, exactly. Yeah. You know, but I didn't actually watch JoJo's until last year. And
I feel like it's the last like really big, super popular anime that I just haven't seen.
Precisely. For me, I had to get pressured into watching it. Some dude paid me $100 to watch it.
Oh, I would do it all day then.
That was the only reason I watched it. Well, it used to be like I ran a Discord channel, so on and so forth, where I do like anime reviews and everything like that. It's been shut down since for nefarious reasons. But we're not going to talk about it. It's a YouTube channel. We can't talk about that stuff. But so generally, if you wanted me to watch like 24 episodes of an anime, it'd be like $20, $30, right? And then I do a review on it. Now, doing this, I have accumulated quite a lot of anime knowledge on stuff that I would never normally watch, like super underrated stuff that I've never even heard of and doesn't even appear on the mainstream, and you got to go to some reclusive, questionable site to watch. But JoJo's was one of the ones, and they're like, I want you to watch part 1 through 4. So I did. And I loved it. And I hated myself for loving it because I was bagging on JoJo people for the entire time.
So what's the problem with Omnibus and JoJo's then? You still haven't answered that question.
So the problem
to me, it's a very valid choice, even though I haven't seen it.
The problem that I have is that you have all these anime that are like borderline shonen psychological big brain, and then JoJo's.
Look, here's the way I perceive his list.
Yeah, of course.
It's just a bunch of stuff that he likes, dude. It's not that complicated.
I don't know how to do
we're on a talk show right here, and I'm trying to make it more interesting.
Oh, my bad, dude.
But no, I have a huge problem with JoJo's. My problem with JoJo's is that I like it, and oh my god, is it cringe as hell. But the fact you have it in your top 10 is interesting.
Well, I don't even think this is his top 10. I think this is the 10 anime that I remember.
You know what? That's actually pretty.
You know
fair.
what? You're right. You are getting up there in age.
No, the dude just reads.
I'm gonna stop before I get canceled. Bye, guys.
He just reads. He doesn't watch anime.
Yeah, that's been like the past 15 years is like mainly just reading stuff.
So, due to the fact that like I've read quite a bit of manga, but your shelves are actually intimidating. What would you say would be your number one manga? or manhwa or manhwa or whatever the hell you want, webtoon.
By your judgment here about like my list, you're probably going to have a similar judgment on my manga, but my favorite manga of all time is Slam Dunk.
See, I'm not judging you on that at all. Slam Dunk was a masterpiece.
Because a lot of people, though, that like a lot of people will be like, dude, you've read like all this stuff, all these different series, and Slam Dunk really like a basketball manga above all else. And the thing is, like, until you actually read it, it doesn't make sense why it would be at the top of someone's list.
But then you read it, and you're like,
oh,
this is absolutely amazing.
And it's like, it's not anything like deep or anything. It is just a basketball manga, but it's the way that it like is written and illustrated. And the thing I harp on the most is like how good the pacing is, because it makes you feel like you're there watching the games and stuff. It's so great. But aside from that, like my number one ongoing is One Piece, because I've been reading One Piece since 2003. I absolutely love the series. And then JoJo's Part 7 is, I believe I have it at my number 2 or number 3 concluded.
So
manga.
7 Steel Ball Run, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear Steel Ball Run is the best
Bruh.
part.
I actually say Part 8 is the best one. I don't remember what it's called, but Part 8 was God tier, but Steel Ball Run absolutely shits on everything that's out right now.
From the JoJo community is Steel Ball Run is such a deviation from like the normal like JoJo. It's like almost its own standalone story that's just incredible.
Yeah. Agreed.
Tell me if I'm wrong on that.
No, you're absolutely right.
I think that highlights a lot about what's great about it. And because it also, like, after Part 6, the plot deviates into a different timeline, basically. So, like, it's not connected to anything that came before. And then Part 8 does kind of continue afterwards, but it's, like, almost 100 years after.
Right.
Like, it takes place such far. So it does kind of stand really well on its own. And it has, like, the most devious freaking villain of all time, I swear.
Decaf said Steel Ball Run is the most JoJo it can get. Stands and characters are crazy, bro.
It, like, the villain is basically just anime Trump, and it's crazy because I'm like, did he read JoJo's and decide, like, I'm gonna be this guy?
Wait, who is it?
The villain, Funny Valentine from Part 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
he's
funny.
literally like his like ideals and stuff are that, and I think maybe that's one of the reasons I loved it so much, was because like it was during that, like, 2016 to 2020 presidency when I read Part 7,
Right.
and I was like, oh man, this is hitting.
This is this is bussin'.
bussin'.
Oh, that's funny.
So, have you read Vagabond?
I've still not read Vagabond yet. I've read
something that Omnibus Collector hasn't.
I've had it for a little bit, but I haven't had a chance to start it because
that answers the next question I was going to have, which was like, have you read all the manga on your shelves?
I've read about 90%. I'm not lying about that. But like the problem is that my system of reading is like new releases first, and then I go into an older series.
I would do that too, like, probably.
That way, like, I don't fall behind on anything new.
I mean, that's kind of how we do anime watching as well, or at least I do, is like the new stuff kind of takes priority just because you want to be on top of the new stuff. And like, I can go watch freaking
I don't want to
Paranoia Agent whenever.
K-Corp, I don't want to hear anything about new anime, bro. I sit through every seasonal. This is probably why I've seen so much damn anime, because it's not all good. But I watch every seasonal that comes out so that I can make my list of what to watch and what not to watch for other people. And this winter season has been so garbage, bro. Like, there are only four good anime, and I'm including Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer in that.
What's the other ones, like Ranking of Kings and Dress Up Darling or something?
Well, I don't include Ranking of Kings because Ranking of Kings is a continuation from the fall season. But no, it's In the Land of the Leodale and My Dress Up Darling. Outside of that, and I'm including In the Land of the Leodale because, like, we have gotten, like, 10 different isekai this season, and out of all of them, that is the only good one. And even then, it's, like, only a 7 out of 10. It's nothing, like, insane, but...
Okay, so Riley was trying to explain why he hasn't read Vagabond, which probably a terrible excuse, by the way, but let's
yeah.
No, I just don't want to fall behind on stuff.
Vagabond's the peak of the peak up there with Berserk. There's nothing better than it. I'm so biased, though.
You know what? But the thing is, I'm not worried about it because I know that the way that it goes with anything by Inoue, once I start it, it's like a few days later I'm done.
The problem is it's on hiatus.
This is my current like to read list, not counting the M&Ms and stuff.
All right, what do you got?
So these are like the newer things I need to read. Blade of the Immortal, this is hardcover 5. Kamen Rider, Soul Eater, hardcover 6. Akira Toriyama manga theater. Fist of the North Star, Vinland Saga, Saint Youngmen 7. The Breaker, Kaiji, volume 3. I've got the first 2 Seven Deadly Sins omnibus. Delicious in Dungeon, Urusei Yatsura, volume 13. Adventure of Dai, Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai. Frieren, Mao, My Hero Academia 30, Keep Your Hands Off of Eizouken, Volume 3, 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Love You, Kiru Kill Me, and Young Alive in Love. And then I have a couple like one-shot things in there as well. So those are everything that I have that's like new releases I've gotten the past week or two. Some of them are, there's like 10 of those I've had in the stack for about a month now. I haven't gotten the chance to read them, but I have to read those first, and then I can start looking at older stuff.
So here's a question. How do you remember everything? Do you forget parts of stories and stuff? Dude, because I feel like if it's been 5+ years, like I honestly probably don't remember most of it. Like I remember how it made me feel, but like I don't remember the stories very well.
Okay, Corb, I think it's funny because you're like, so here's a question, and you get your smile's growing bigger and bigger, like you know he's gonna answer no to this, but you're just like,
oh, well, I just want to know because
you remember everything, bro. What's up?
Do you remember everything?
Do you remember?
You got games on your phone? What's up? Like,
it's here's the thing, like I have everything here. So I just go back and I'll flip through and I'll look at the previous couple volumes of it. Oh yeah, that's what was happening. Or I'll go and look at like, you know, articles, Wikipedia articles or whatever to kind of refresh myself on something if it's for a new volume. But like some things have stuck with me like super well. Like I remember I remember like all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I remember most of Naruto and Bleach. I remember the majority of One Piece. The One Piece is going on long enough now that like I'm starting to forget things from the earlier parts. But like a lot of things will stay with me really, really well. But it's just a matter of going back and like checking out those you know, previous volumes, kind of refreshing myself on that stuff. But I don't absolutely remember everything.
Yeah, I literally just like reading like weekly like shonen releases and stuff like My Hero and One Piece. I literally have to like skim the chapter before to remember what's happening. I'm like, oh man, okay, what happened last week? And I like just look at the last few pages. I'm like, oh yeah.
That shit happens. It's fine. Like, especially like when you read so much, you can't be expected to remember absolutely everything. But at the same time, I feel that my memory has gotten a lot better because I read so much, because then you're stretching your brain like a muscle and you start to be able to keep up with like so many different storylines and stuff that like it doesn't take that much more for me to recall. Like it's easy for me to just be like looking at a previous chapter. Oh yeah, that's exactly what was going on. Okay, let's go.
I mean, I do like brain exercises like every day. You know, I'm like pretty good at Wordle and you know.
Yeah, man. I almost lost today. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you saying that you could beat me in like Scrabble or something, bro?
No. Wordle's where it's at, bro.
I don't even know what the hell Wordle is.
It's New York Times. It's literally just a website.
Oh, you mentioned New York.
You guess a 5-letter word in like 6 tries is literally what it is.
Oh,
yeah, but today's
it's where the other day. Okay.
Yeah, it's where people are like posting their in you know their emoji squares or whatever.
It's the reason why
I wish that I got faster because I was like, oh, that was actually kind of simple.
That game is exactly why all of our Discord emojis are just squares now.
Yep, exactly. I'm like going to react to something and it's like green square and I'm like, not that, no.
I have to go search for like the right emoji reaction.
Yep, it's funny. But anyway, so you can remember stuff.
That's for you, we've got.
Oh my god.
No, I just have maybe I just have a bad memory, but like I'm gonna be honest, like I have a hard time recalling like especially like anime or manga that I read like a while back. Like I have to rewatch or reread like stuff like Attack on Titan. I won't have to because like I'm totally in love with it and I've seen it like 3 times, but like If it's
Wait.
Come on, dude.
You said in love with Attack on Titan?
Yeah, it's like the best ever, bro.
Ah, so how was the ending, bro? How was that ending?
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay.
Have you read the ending Omnibus Collector of Attack on Titan?
No, I haven't. I've read like the first half or so of the series, so I still need to go through the rest of it. I want to reread it though in the Colossal editions since I started getting those a little while ago. So I'm going to start it again from the beginning, and then go through the whole thing. The 7th will be the final. It's not that far off.
No, the ending was very controversial for most fans, and to be honest with you, this is how I felt about it. No, it wasn't the best ending ever, but I don't think that there was really a way that Isayama could have ended it and like had everyone satisfied, right? It was going to be a divisive ending regardless of if he did X or did Y. So
I feel the only, you know what? The only problem I had with the Attack on Titan ending.
I don't look like Tom Holland at all, but thank you.
The only problem I had with the Attack on Titan ending was they rushed the ending. Did you hear how much they rushed the person who was like to meet deadlines?
No, I didn't really hear about that.
For the manga?
Yeah, for the manga, they were rushing the ending. The the publishing company put deadlines in place so they can get the manga out before the final season appeared.
Well, I thought it was the other way around, where they were going to be ending the the manga, so that's why they pushed, like the production companies and things pushed MAPPA to like be on this schedule, so it would be coinciding with the ending of the manga. That's what I thought, because like I thought Isayama wanted that, and I thought like that's what the production committees and stuff wanted. So. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
K-Corp, has anybody told you that you do have a forehead that could rival mine?
I do have a pretty big forehead, honestly, and like it's the camera angle, bro. No bitches? No, but
what was it? No
and
bitches?
it's also because I like push my hair back. Like if I had if I did like the TikToker like front hair, hang on. Now my forehead's small, bro.
You know, if I did that, bro. Like
I look like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3, bro.
You just go with the emo cut, bro. Like I'm at Burger Queen with my burger.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
Burger King with my Burger Queen material world. Some.
Damn, dude, your hair is wild. I used to have long hair like that. Believe it or not. I used to have the Aaron Yeager man bun.
I just realized how much I'm gonna have to edit this whole thing to put some of this on my TikTok.
Omnibus Collector looks like Zeke with Attack on Titan fused with Jack Black.
Bro, did you do a video with you and Zeke that went like stupid viral?
Yeah, people used to tell me I looked like Zeke a lot, so I made a cosplay video.
You just
not even really a cosplay.
But now, like, what's his name? There's that one dude that looks like Zeke, but like with dark hair.
Bro, he looks exactly like
him.
It's
like it's his like bone structure down to the bone structure.
Exactly like him. Yeah, I don't know his name on TikTok, but he's
something Pahari. I forget.
He's like mega. He's like pretty popular. He's got like 1 million followers or something.
Yeah, like it's crazy. He's the one that like has the he was involved with that thing that happened for like a week where it was like Che Dorena versus the
Vanta Lord.
Yeah, the Vanta Lord. That was
we are going to send our most loveliest assassin.
Yeah. Hello, my friend guy. That's the guy. Hello, my friend.
Every time you hear that, I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh,
he's got a great he's got a great chuckle as well. He'll like when he's like right when he tells you he's right about something, he just like chuckles about it.
He's like, it's interesting that you would bring this up because
he's got the glasses.
If you
like
actually
this.
take a look at the historical records.
Hello, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, that guy's awesome though.
Where did we go? Where were we talking about? We're talking about Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on.
I could talk about that for like 20 days straight.
You
honestly.
could. You could.
Yeah,
Maybe,
you could. I could talk about it for 3 minutes before I start feeling nauseous, but go ahead.
Well, here's the thing: is like people are there are rumblings, so to speak, of an anime original ending, which
You know what? If it does get an anime original ending, then that shit is definitely going to be in my top 10. Because I'm just like,
what if it's an anime original ending, but it's shit? What if it's not good?
Okay, like I said, if it was good,
I didn't hear that part. My bad.
That's because it was said underneath my breath invisibly, technically not said, but hey, we don't talk about that, okay?
Oh, okay.
But if it does get a good ending, then yes, Attack on Titan will be in my top 10. Reason being, I love it. I actually do enjoy Attack on Titan. What I don't like is the fan base that thinks Attack on Titan is the greatest thing to walk this earth, but have never watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is a crime.
I'm a part of that fan base.
But
I've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's really amazing too.
Oh, it's my favorite, and if it's not your favorite, then you're canceled. But I'm just kidding. I'm not like that. But overall, Attack on Titan is doing a really good job as an anime. It has brought so many people into the anime community.
Oh yeah.
But the biggest problem I have with it is like people who are watching it as their first anime are now having their standards set so ridiculously high.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it first to somebody if I was like trying to get them into anime. I'd be like, go watch My Hero Academia or something like.
Yeah, MHA is a good first anime for younger.
It's getting to that point where it's too long now though to recommend like to start with. I feel like Demon Slayer is probably good. Dude, it's literally on like season 5. About season 6 coming. Like announced.
Wait, of what? My Hero?
But how many episodes is that?
Probably like 80.
It says 113 so far.
Jeez, that was more.
But I mean, okay, but what? The other thing that like most people, I mean, for my generation, it was Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z was the recommendation.
Right, but I'm taking into account the smaller brains and shorter attention spans. Not necessarily smaller brains. You guys are smart. You guys are probably smarter than me. The shorter attention spans, like 25 episodes, is what I'm thinking to like get people into anime. Because if you stretch it out longer than that, unless it's like a really good show, like a Death Note or something, in my opinion, which does drop off after 25 episodes anyway. So
yeah, when L died, the anime took the L. I think we all agree. On that.
Well, you know what's a really
okay. It's been out for over 11 years, man. I have a spoiler tag warning. If it's 3 years or older, I don't care.
We've got us canceled, bro. He's canceled, dude. Don't ever let him back on here.
You know what? Kaori and Your Lie in April dies too. Deal with it.
Bro, I haven't seen that show, dude. What the fuck?
Okay, it's been out for like 5 years. Get over it.
But you know what's a really...
I Hate You, Empire from Weave. Yeah, this man sent me something on Instagram, right? It's a girl with pigtails like this and these glasses and like a big forehead, and he's like, I can't unsee this. I'm just like, you know what?
A great anime that's short, like if you need a shorter series for someone who doesn't have a great attention span, is Fooly Cooly.
That's actually true.
6 episodes.
You know what? That's fair.
That
is fair. Technically, I mean, if people like short anime and they want something that can hold their attention, Interspecies Reviewers is a great anime to start off with as well. Absolutely god tier. And it is legendary for one fact and one fact only. The fact that they allowed the author, when the manga was actually relatively mild compared to the anime, they allowed the author full control of the production. And he said, yep, this is what we're doing.
Now,
you look so shocked right now.
No, I was reading. I'm trying to read the comments and like actually pay attention at the same time, and I can't do that. I can't multitask.
One of the series on my list that we didn't talk about, which I think could be really good for new viewers right now, but doesn't get talked about at all, is actually The Big O. And I know K-Corb said he'd never seen it. It's basically anime Batman. Like,
okay,
anyone who's like digging Batman right now from the new movie, it's literally anime Batman, except instead of like the Batmobile and like suits of armor and whatnot, he has a giant freaking robot.
It's classic anime. classic
Yeah.
anime then.
Absolutely. It's a rich dude with a butler, and he's like a rich playboy.
This is
It's
definitely
literally Batman.
Yeah, it's
This is
Batman.
definitely Batman.
He drives around.
Copyright
They have like
infringement much.
a limo. He has all these gadgets and stuff. Except when he fights crime or whatever, he fights in a giant robot, and there are other giant robots that he fights against. And he has like a robot maid type lady as well who like helps him. It's fantastic. It's absolutely great. And the theme song is literally just the song Flash by Queen, except instead of saying Flash, it's just Big O, Big O, Big O, Big O. It's the same song.
How did they get away with that? Did they pay for that, or
I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't know how they did it, but like it is
never
absolutely
fly
the same.
today?
I swear to God, like after this, anyone, you guys, anyone watching, if you haven't heard them back to back, look up the theme song. It is the entire song is the exact same.
If you're also looking for a great singular season anime, K-Corb, I think you've seen this one too. Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash is a very good watch.
I have not seen that one.
That for me is the pinnacle of the isekai, alongside like Mushoku Tensei, ReZero, and Overlord. And if you watch
what is it? Grimgar and the what?
Grimgar, Fantasy and Ashes.
I might have to give it a shot then.
Well, the reason it's only a singular season is because it's never gotten to season 2. It's another one of those no game, no life type situations.
So I would say that the Big O is not the 1 hour sentence emo I hate my life, listen to death metal Robert Pattinson Batman. It's the English.
I had an aneurysm reading that, dude.
The English version is voiced by Steve Bloom, the same guy that does Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop.
How did you read that with a straight face, Omnibus?
With the slow talking 1 hour sentence emo I hate my life and listen to death metal Robert Pattinson Batman style.
How do you read that without laughing?
Dude, he's really good, dude.
Bro,
he's really good. This man's a professional.
I'm over here like, is it the slow talking 1 hour sentence emo I hate life and listen to? Like,
so is he referencing to like the style of the Batman movie? Is that what he's referencing? And he's just kind of memeing it. Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, you get a couple of because our Pats is not Batman or is not Bruce too much in the movie, and the times that he is, it's the hair in the face, like brooding, whatever. Exactly, like he doesn't have that Bruce Wayne persona yet, which kind of bugs me because he's in like year 2 of his career, and by that point,
so is that one of your complaints that you
that
talked
literally
about?
like one of only 2 complaints is that, and then the other complaint is at some points it does feel like it's a 3 hour movie. Like it drags.
I mean, a 3 hour movie is a 3 hour movie, like.
But sometimes you watch a movie that's like 3 hours.
Titanic, it shouldn't be 3 hours.
Yeah, but like I wish Spider-Man No Way Home was a 3 hour movie.
Almost, didn't it? Like
it's like 2.5.
2.5.
I think if they had
trailers in there,
15 more minutes of fan service. That's just my opinion, but
at least we got to see the best Spider-Man come back. Tobey Maguire is a GOAT.
Yeah, he is the GOAT.
Yeah, I'm glad we're in agreement there.
I mean, I have changed my opinions a little bit. I really like Andrew Garfield, but he just got shafted.
Well, they gave him a really crap script to work with in his 2 movies, so.
But he had so many things going for him. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, Andrew Garfield was like the best actor to play Spider-Man. He had the best on-screen chemistry with his love interest. Like, he had the coolest, like cinematic web swinging. Like, he had the best action scenes. Like, literally, one of the things that bothered me so much about Tom Holland's Spider-Man and like those movies was like we got like virtually zero like web swinging through New York, like classic Spider-Man stuff, and I was like, man, missed that. And then
it was mostly Tony Stark, help me.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, dude. I just like Andrew Garfield. He's cool.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The grow up, the growing up he did in the new movie was absolutely insane, though.
Oh yeah, dude. Tom Holland's Spider-Man like went way up in that movie.
Oh, absolutely. In my opinion, for Tom Holland's character, the Spider-Man at least, went up through the roof. Like that whole movie there was nothing they could have done better.
Well, and to be perfectly honest with you, because I know that I remember Omnibus had a complaint about it where he was like, it was still not, Peter on his own, like solving the thing. Like instead of
Yeah.
Iron Man, it was the other Spider-Mans or whatever.
I mean, but he likes Fooly Cooley. I mean, it's his favorite.
Yeah, so his opinion is pretty much relevant. No, but
at this point,
that's a valid complaint, but also I feel like the movie sets up that happening in the future. So
yeah.
Plus, I just want to see the other Spider-Man, bro. Come on, dude.
I mean, at least the best character in the MCU is getting a new movie. Doctor Strange. Let's go.
That movie looks super cool too, and honestly, I loved the first Doctor Strange because it felt so different to me than like the regular MCU movies. Like it was so like visually like crazy.
Yeah. He was like superhero Inception.
Right. And I don't know, Doctor Strange just seemed cool to me.
My wife hasn't seen it. My wife hasn't seen Doctor Strange yet, and I don't know if I want to have, because she wants to see Multiverse of Madness, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to like push you to watch the first one.
Well, I mean, the thing with most of the Marvel movies coming out now is like if you haven't seen the corresponding 6 movies before it, you're gonna be lost.
But I think with Doctor Strange, like since she's seen him in the Avengers movies, she's probably gonna be fine. But at the same time, it also like she doesn't know who Mordo is. She doesn't know like certain things. So I feel like and the thing is, it's directed by Scott Derrickson, who also directed the movie Sinister, which is like a horror movie that we both absolutely love. So I'm like, you'll probably enjoy it.
Are you talking about the first Doctor Strange movie?
Yeah. The new one is Sam Raimi, of course.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons she really wants to see it, because like, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, or her Spider-Man, or my Spider-Man, or y'all's Spider-Man. And we love the Evil Dead movies as well. So like she definitely wants to see the new one and to see where it goes from after Spider-Man. But she's like, I really don't want to have to watch another 2-hour movie that I'm not that interested in.
Fair enough. Here's the deal: is if you don't want to watch it, just go in, and then if you don't understand the movie, that's kind of your fault for not knowing.
But then you can always go back. She can be like, "Well, what was that?" And like, well, do you want to watch it on the Disney Plus now?
Yeah, true.
And then we can go and check it out.
Did you see Anime Empire's comment? I like to think in one of Doctor Strange's multiverses, Weebgod has a good hairline.
He's spitting facts.
You know what? I can't stand you guys.
There's probably versions of all of us with better and worse hairlines.
I mean, there's probably a version of me that's actually funny and makes actual good YouTube videos. I wish I was that guy.
You just gotta go find that, like, into the kcorb verse and pull
into
that
the
guy
kcorb
out.
verse. I just need to start making more TikTok videos, getting those sponsorships.
You know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I was gonna say something that didn't need to be said. We out of here. Gotta remember we're on YouTube live streaming.
So I feel like it wasn't that terribly roasted on my anime tastes.
To be honest with you,
do you want me to go full tilt? I was holding back.
Let's go real quick because it's 8 o'clock now. It's been an hour ish. So let's go real quick. If you want to like,
I mean, you like Fooly Cooley, which is your favorite anime, which talks about absolutely nothing. The only other anime that I can think of about absolutely nothing is frickin' Lucky Star, and the only people that like that was Brain Dead. Not to mention the fact you like Cowboy Bebop on top of that, which is peak frickin' fiction, but the fact you put Cowboy Bebop in the same, area as JoJo's shows disrespect for Cowboy Bebop, which also shows you're brain dead. Now, Paranoia Agent out of Satoshi's videos was the worst one. Again, you're just proving even more and more to the point, Omnibus, that you're brain dead. How did you get your following?
He has lots of books.
That's it. Yeah, that's his entire personality.
Because I talk about manga and not anime. That's like probably why I don't talk about anime, is because of the fact that I know. Now, what would be
interesting is if your shelves actually had high fantasy or something, like Tolkien or R.R. Martin or Patrick Rothfuss, Brandon Sanderson, Robert Jordan. I mean, do you actually have those? I might be speaking on my
I have. Oh, you can't see it from here, but over on the top over there is Berserk at least.
He's got some peak, bro. He's got Berserk. He's got everything.
But he hasn't read Vagabond.
He's got it though.
It's like one of the few
Dude,
things
I
that I
understand
have.
he has it.
Dude, if his favorite manga is Slam Dunk, he's gonna love Vagabond, bro.
And like I said, like once I jump onto it, I'm not concerned because it's something that I'll finish it in a couple days. Or I'll catch up.
It's really good.
Like it'll be so easy for me to catch up all the way. But I know what's his name? D Mata has been reading it and like roasting it.
Yeah, he's
on
roasting
TikTok.
it.
Cool. That was it. I was literally holding back. Like, if you ever take a look at my backup account on TikTok, I actually do things where I roast my mutuals. But that was it. Anime Empire, I hate you so much. I just want you to know that. Clark, you suck.
I take it as a sign of affection and respect, honestly. So I'm
Oh, there's no
absolutely
hate
happy
to
with
you. Like,
No.
I was just joking. Like, I have mad
Yeah, no.
respect for everyone, so except for Clark. Did you see his
Dude,
comment?
he was just trying to get the energy going at the end. Yeah, I saw the comment. Good grades. Yeah. Nah, dude. Honestly, like my big complaint is Fully Cooley, man. It just put me to sleep. And
Bro.
like I have lots of TikTok mutuals that like really love it. And
Well,
like
the
they were the
problem with
reason
Fully Cool-
they were the reason that I went and watched it because they're like, this is like one of the best, you know, And like honestly, I love Neon Genesis Evangelion. So I'm kind of surprised I didn't like it. But
like
just
Gurren
didn't hit.
Lagann as well.
I think Gurren Lagann is okay. I don't think it's as good as people make it out to be.
Wait, you know what? I'm gonna hear you out. Go ahead.
I liked Gurren Lagann, but it's a bit repetitive because I don't know. Like there's two distinct moments in Gurren Lagann that are like super good to me, and then the rest of it is like, hey, let's fight this robot again, and that's pretty much it.
I'm just taking him on a tour of the library because he didn't know it was not a green screen.
He knew it's not a green screen. If he's came from TikTok, he knows. He's lying to you. He just wants you to walk around and show off.
I mean, he's a bigger creator than I think all of us combined.
That's what I'm saying. He knows.
Well, let everyone else know.
There's flex in the library, baby.
Some more over here. There's one more. There's that one over there. Oh no, there's one more. Sorry.
Mad Virgin Energy right now. I got you.
And then this stuff up in here. Like I said, I've read like.
He said I creamed.
I've read like 90% of what I have. I'm not like I might be exaggerating by a small amount.
Dude, I have like one shelf of manga, and I think I've only read like 70% of it.
My shelf of manga consists of my Kindle app.
You don't support the industry, bro? I don't get it.
I said my Kindle app. I buy the electric. It still costs like $6.
The electronic versions.
My bad, dude. I didn't.
Bro,
realize.
you know, this is off topic, but you know what? I hate being swayed by stuff that I've seen recently, but after coming out of the Batman, my wife and I both were like, man, I feel like playing the Batman games again. And so like I haven't had the first one since it was on PS3, so I recently rebought it on PS4 so we can play it again sometime.
I mean, dude, that's how the Spider-Man movies had me. Like, dude, if you see any of the gameplay footage of these new Spider-Man games, it looks so good. But I've never played any of them. I used to play all the like ones on GameCube and stuff, but like
the Spider-Man games.
Actually, no, that's a great question. Omnibus, do you have a adult section of your manga collection?
I don't. No, I have. I mean, most of it is just shonen. Like the wall over there is that's the majority of that wall is every Shonen Jump that's available in English. And then I have a lot of like seinen and stuff.
Have you read or watched ReZero?
No, because that one also that's an anime original, right?
No, it's a light novel.
No, it's based off of a light novel.
Okay, so
I mean,
if it's not if it's not a manga original, I don't read the manga. I typically go with whatever, excuse me, the source material is. Like, so if it's, that's why the majority of my set of, you know, what my favorite anime are, they're all anime original, except for like maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
Because like I just enjoy the
source material.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing the source material, and oftentimes the like narrative is better and like better paced in the manga if it's originally a manga, and the artwork is better as well. But if it's an anime original, the manga usually are only like coming out as like a cash grab, in my opinion.
Right. Definitely.
So like they're just there to kind of like either expand on the story a little bit, or to just kind of reiterate the original story, but way too quickly.
Right. More of an outline.
I do have the original Yu-Gi-Oh!
He's a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. Joey's the best duelist, by the way.
Yeah. So I have the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! And then all the spin-offs: R, GX, 5Ds, Zexal, and Arc V.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga is pretty freaking good.
It's really dark.
Yeah, it's like, I only read it, like I had watched a lot of the anime when I was younger, but I only read the manga in its entirety like for the first time a few years ago, and I like expected to enjoy it, but I like really loved it.
Well, what's crazy is like the show like is PG, but the manga touches on insanely dark things. Like, I remember I read the first chapter of, I think it was like 5Ds, man, and there was like this horseman going around, and it legit took like 3 people's souls, and you never saw that in the show.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. So the Cowboy Bebop manga honestly is not that great. It's fun because of the fact that it's an episodic series. It's pretty fun because it's just additional missions, but it's not the greatest thing ever. This is like old too. I've had this since like 2004, 2005. This little box set. But it's fun to own. As a, you know, big fan of the franchise, I'm happy to have it. Okay.
Anime's better, dude.
The anime solos. Soundtrack is also great. The Cowboy Bebop soundtrack is fantastic as well. Like, I feel like anything that Shinichiro Watanabe directed has a fantastic soundtrack. So that, Champloo, Kids on the Slope is another one. Did Space Dandy have much of a soundtrack? I don't even remember.
Sort of, kind of. It wasn't good though.
That's the only one I haven't seen is Space Dandy.
It was weird.
I haven't seen Terror in Resonance. That's another one that he did.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that either. Garrett Yogurt or whatever is very adamant that I watch Terror in Resonance. Apparently it's 11 episodes and really good. But he thinks that I'll like it because we have like similar tastes and stuff. I think I've seen the first episode, but I don't remember exactly. I just remember it's like terrorist people basically like committing like crimes or something like that, or like
Omnibus K-Corp, I do have to leave now.
Okay, we can wrap up.
I have something coming up in about 20 minutes, so
yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight and doing this.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having us, man.
Roasting me there at the end because I asked for it. But yeah,
next time I'll write a script.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you exactly what to roast me about.
I'll write it for you, actually.
You can roast me on my.
Because everything K Corp does is scripted. I forgot.
It is, except for this live show.
He says closing down Microsoft Word right now. I was like planning this like 30 seconds in advance.
All right. Well, all right. So let's go ahead and wrap up. I appreciate you guys coming in. If you guys want to sign off and give yourselves a little outro, Weeb God over here, where can people find you on the internet?
Okay. So my name on TikTok mainly is Weeb God of Anime. I have 441,000 followers on TikTok. I'm a guy known for Since No One Asked. I've been on meme compilations, among other things. So you can find me on there. I do have a YouTube channel, not very active on it, about to be more active on it, but I do also Twitch stream if you want to check that out too. They all go by Weeb God of Anime, although the Twitch is Weeb God Anime. That's pretty much it. It's nice having you guys on here, and Clark, please stop.
Kcorb, how about you?
Okay, so my username is kcorb on every platform. So I'm mainly on TikTok and trying to do YouTube better. I've been putting some work in on YouTube recently, and it's been paying off. So that's fun. So would love to get some support on the YouTube, and then Twitter, Instagram, everything kcorbanime. So appreciate you having us on, man.
Yeah, man, and you had on your YouTube channel your Mushiko Tensei video did pretty well, right?
Yeah, I got like 14,000 views, which for me is really good.
Yeah.
For some other people is like, it's day in the life, but it got some traction, gave me some subscribers. The last like 2 or 3 videos have been really good for me. So
good. Awesome. And then you can find me TikTok, the Omnibus Collector, YouTube, the Omnibus Collector, when I'm not doing live shows on Thursdays on this channel. I just had a video go up last night, my February manga haul. I got a little over 90 volumes, so if you want to see what I got, go ahead and check that out, and I'll get more videos up every week. So that's where you can find me. One more plug for the sponsor of the show, InStockTrades.com. Thank you to InStock Trades for bringing the show to us, and you can get your comics, manga, and all that for deep discounts, 50% off or more at sometimes. Free shipping after $50 purchase, great customer service and packaging and all that good stuff. InStockTrades.com. And with that, we are donezo. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and everyone who's watching on the recorded version. Thank you so much. Peace out. And